I'm Andrew AAA, and I'm fresh to the city. First real song that I produced was for my boy from high school in Edmonton, Ep3, who is actually one of the biggest promoters in Edmonton right now. So shout out to Ep3. I remember it very well. We went to a real big studio. It was just an amazing experience that day. I knew right away that this is what I wanted to do for a living. This is my passion. And yeah, it actually turned out pretty dope. I should probably find that track and maybe post it up. That's actually kind of cool that you reminded me right now. While I was back in college, I was listening to a lot of hip-hop music, and I did have classical piano training when I was a kid, so I figured like, damn, that should be pretty easy. I could probably make something like that no problem. And 10 years later, now I'm doing it professionally, so yeah. I graduated from sound engineering school back in 2007, and since then it's been kind of on and off, but around 2 years ago, that's when I decided to take the big leap of faith and do everything I can to actually make it my full-time job, business, and a real career. I mean, I feel producers are just as important as artists, and if the beat's not hot, I mean, it's very hard to get listeners' attention unless you're like Eminem and you can rap to a click track or something. But you know, most of the times, the beat is very important. Top 3 producers, I would say Timbaland for sure, Pharrell, and probably Ryan Leslie. He is definitely up there. Definitely want to work with Tory Lanez. Been bumping a lot of his tracks recently. G-Eazy for sure, and well, Drake of course. You know what's interesting? Actually, I've had tracks and videos on radio and Much Music, MTV, a few other stations back since like 2009 or something. And I've never really heard them personally, but I've had, you know, just like friends and other artists hit me up like, yo, I just heard your track on the radio, oh my god, I've seen it on Much Music, that's so dope. And I was always pissed because I never got the chance to actually see it or hear it myself. But recently, last summer, I did a track for Maestro Fresh West that got placed, and it was one of the official tracks for the Pan Am Games. So I knew what time they were gonna air it, that they're gonna premiere the music video, and I don't even have a TV at home, so me and my buddy, this artist who's my good friend, Capital E, we just went to the closest bar around the corner, and we asked them to turn on the channel. It was the main event on CBC, the 100-meter run, and yeah, they played the music video right in between commercials, right before the main event. It was crazy. It was Maestro Fresh West, JD Era, Jordan Croucher on the hook, and yeah, it felt amazing. Like, I was like, wow, millions of people are watching this at this moment right now throughout the whole country, and yeah, it was just a very amazing feeling. Negative experience is definitely artists not paying on time for beats, and also not really knowing what they want, because it just gets very frustrating, and you keep giving them new beats and new ideas, and because they don't really know what they want, they keep making you do changes to the beat, and then it just takes forever, and then they end up not paying you for it, and it just turns into a fucking nightmare. So yeah. But positive experience would be pretty much the opposite. When artists knows exactly what they want, when they trust me with the sound, with what I come up with, and when they pay on time, and there's no problems with like on the business side. So yeah, it's very important to perfect your craft. So if you have to spend like 2, 3, 4 years just in your basement, in your room, in your cave, whatever you have your studio set up at, and just perfect your craft, just grind, study sound engineering techniques, study sound design, study how sound works, how it travels, how like pretty much everything that has to do with sound and music theory. Make sure that's on point, and once you have that, just start reaching out events, start networking. Just by sitting at home sending out emails, it's pretty much worthless. Trust me, I have tried it for many years, and it doesn't work. Like, you just simply gotta go out and network and meet people in real life, because that's the only way your shit is gonna get anywhere.